DJ Rogan from Overmind.com, and we're here with the Beau Bokan from
BlessTheFall.
And usually we would say what you do in the band, but I'm pretty sure everyone should know at this point.
I hope so. I sing for BlessTheFall, of course. I do all the vocal duties. It's pretty cool.
And sometimes might dance, maybe.
Sometimes I bust dance moves, but it's whether the crowd can handle it or not, because I don't want to overwhelm them.
So what is the sexiest dance move you can possibly do?
Oh man,
Your signature dance move.
Well, you'd have to come to the show and see it.
Okay.
You have to come to the show. You have to come to Warped Tour. You have to catch us on the Kia Soul main stage, and keep an eye out, because I'll be doing those moves all day.
And if you don't, you can say bad tweets at him.
You can have free shirts if I don't. Yeah, or you can say bad tweets. That's even better.
So, first day of Warped Tour. It's blazing out sun. How's it been treating you guys so far?
It's been awesome, and I just want to say it is not blazing hot sun compared to Phoenix and places that we're going to go, like Phoenix, New Mexico, Texas. These places are insane. They're about, I'd say, a good 20, 30 degrees hotter than this. So I am soaking it all in, and I'm stoked that it's like this right now. It's actually awesome, and today's been so good. We played at 1:45 in the afternoon. It was perfect. Wasn't that hot yet, and the crowd was awesome, and it was great.
So, you've done multiple tours, and I'm assuming you've been to Warped Tour just as a person who goes out around and watches. So what has been your favorite Warped Tour moment from in your viewing experience from all the way back?
Wow, favorite Warped Tour moment? I've been going since 1997, since I was a little kid, and I'd probably have to say one of the best moments was seeing Eminem on stage, just because he's so massive now. There's no one is gonna see him the way I got to see him. I was front row. It wasn't like a massive arena or something like that. And I loved his songs before he came out. Not too many people knew who he was at the time, so that was definitely one of my memorable moments of Warped Tour. And because this tour is so eclectic and so different, and there's a wide variety of bands, you can see different bands like that. You could see a ska band, you could see a heavy metal band, you could see a death metal band, you could see, an acoustic set. You could see an electro, DJ, a dance, electro pop artist somewhere. So it's awesome. Yeah, it's cool.
And you've been going for so long, and you kind of saw Eminem before he even blew up.
Yeah.
So what would be, because Warped Tour is all about kind of supporting these artists, and they kind of have the Ernie Ball stage and all that. So what would be your advice to upcoming musicians now that you are fairly successful?
I would say stay true to the music you're making. And it takes lots of practice, man. It takes tons of practice. I mean, we're really perfectionists, so we've kind of driven ourselves into the ground sometimes, when it comes to, practicing our crafts, you know what I mean? I've taken vocal lessons and things like that. I just say, any way you can better yourself, make sure to do it. Don't ever think that you're at your best, because that's when you stop trying. Yeah.
It's good advice to live by. And, I ended up getting this tweet, being the first day of Warped Tour. I tweeted out being got a BlessTheFall interview, and I ended up getting one fairly consistent tweet, and it's, if Beau could give dating advice to someone, what would be Beau's best dating advice?
Oh man, on what specifically? Nothing, just dating in general?
I just got dating advice.
No, okay. Find someone who is kind of like your best friend. Find someone that has, similar interests. You don't have to have everything in common, because my wife and I don't have everything in common, but we do have the important things in common. Things that mean a lot to you, you know what I mean? Find someone that's like your best friend you can go hang out with, go see a movie with, go roller skating with, and, or just sit at home and be lazy on the couch and eat, cheese platters with, you know what I mean? Just find someone that's going to be, like your other half, So, yeah, there you go. That's if you want to get married, I guess. If you want to date, just find someone who's wants to go see a movie. Eat some ice cream.
And speaking of ice cream,
yeah.
If you could describe your band sound as an ice cream flavor, what would you describe it as?
I would say chocolate mochaccino explosion. You heard that?
No, but I kind of...
Chocolate almond mochaccino explosion.
trying to think of how that would even taste. It kind of,
I know.
it would kind of, has the sweet taste and go into like the mocha kind of
And
bitter
the
taste.
energy
Yeah.
from the the caffeine, it just would drive you nuts, and it'd be sweet. And the almonds are kind of crazy. They're nuts, so we're kind of crazy. Yeah. How's that?
It's a pretty varied answer. It's kind of all the spectrums of your sound.
Yeah.
And so you've been around for a long time.
Oh, I've been around the block.
And you as I said, you're pretty successful now in the music industry, but there's still a lot of bands who are playing the bar shows, those very, very small shows, and we try to support them as much as we can.
Sure.
Is there any of those really small bands that you would say definitely deserve the view?
Oh man, I mean, I don't want to offend anyone. I guess I could just think of bands that maybe aren't on like this main, popular, scale. A band like 6 Year Guns, for instance, who are very good friends of ours, and where they may not be on like an MTV or like things like this. They are an amazing, amazing band, very passionate, and they do have a lot of fans. They're very like amazing underground band, and I feel like people should listen to them. Check them out. 6 Year Guns. A song called "We Still Believe," and it's awesome. Very positive. Very lyric-driven band, and lots of energy live. So yeah, if you come to Warped Tour, check them out. Except if we're playing when we play. Sorry. You're gonna have to miss them.
So, but speaking of Warped Tour, what if they had to like miss your set? Because there's just some other band that I wouldn't even know who someone would be crazy enough to miss your set for. But if you did have someone miss your set and they only had the chance to see one song, because Warped Tour is crazy with 1,000 different bands, what would be that one song that they would have to see?
I would say our new song. It's called "You Wear a Crown But You're No King," and it's off our new record. And nobody's heard it, and you won't hear it unless you come see it live. And it's like probably the most technical, craziest song we've ever written, and it's amazing. I think, personally, my humble opinion. And so I would say come see that, because you'll not hear it anywhere for a while till we release it in like a few weeks. So, yes.
And since we just plugged the album coming out, when does it release?
August 20th, it comes out. So get your phones out, pull up the calendar section. Right, BlessTheFall's new record is going to shred my butthole on this day, August 20th.
Keep it too long.
Awesome.
You got to go at your food, but
Yes.
I personally like ending these interviews in one very specific way.
Okay.
Because, back when we were kids, a lot of people taught us that we should learn one new thing every day.
Okay.
So what would you give to everyone watching today? What would be their random fact lesson of the day?
Give me one fact and I'll think of one.
One fact. Well, the one fact that came to mind, because it's probably the one that blew my mind the most, was when I was interviewing Conditions, and they said that, I think it's koala bears have 2 sets of genitalia. They have 2 penises.
No way.
That's what I heard. And I Wikipedia, and it is factual.
No way. I feel like that is the gnarliest fact ever that we should reiterate it right now. Koalas have 2 penises. I'm using that as my fact because that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. And I think more people need to know about it.
So, can you promise me
I'm gonna take a peek next time.
So, can you promise
Wall Park.
Can you promise me one thing?
Yes.
You're gonna tell everyone in Warped Tour that you're with that holy shit, koala bears have 2 penises.
I am. I'm gonna tell my band. I'm gonna tell anyone I come across. That's amazing. I kind of like that. I wish it's a koala bear.
And now,
I'm half koala.
You're
Did you get it? I only have one wiener. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your story.
I feel like that was just the way to end the interview. I'm half a koala, I have 1 wiener, and we're out. Just walk away.
Perfect.
And I'm TJ Rogan from Overmind.com, and this was Beau from BlessTheFall.
Yes. See you guys. So,
If you could teach one thing to everyone watching, what would you want their lesson of the day to be?
Koala bears have 2 penises.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, it's a fact.
Why do you know this fact?
I honestly don't remember why, but it's fact checked and it's real.